Hello, and welcome to Data Security on Autopilot, brought to you by Druva. In today's digital landscape, the threat of cyber attacks is more significant than ever, and it has become a top concern for IT and security professionals. A cyber breach can transform into a grueling experience, stretching into weeks or even months as teams scramble to contain damage, assess impact, and recover critical systems. When a cyber attack hits, it's not just about stopping the attacker, it's about restoring operations quickly and securely to maintain business continuity. In a recent study, 94% of organizations hit by ransomware in the past year said that the cybercriminals attempted to compromise their backups during the attack. Your backups are your last line of defense, and they know if you can't recover, you pretty much have to pay. The even more scary stat? Over half of those attempts were successful at some level of compromising the backup data. When we look at the phases of the NIST Cybersecurity 2.0 framework, we typically only think of backups when it comes time to actually restore data. When looking at the identify and protect phases, we see that traditional security tools play a critical role in defending and securing the perimeter of the enterprise. And while security tools are integral to the cybersecurity strategy and prevent hundreds of threats, the unfortunate reality is that sometimes a threat can breach the rings of defense and put the business at immense risk. And once the business has been breached, the standard recourse has been to use backups for recovery. Unfortunately, legacy backups were built for data or disaster recovery, serving more as an insurance of last resort and really struggle when it comes to incident response or cyber recovery. More importantly, legacy backups rarely provide the data posture, compliance, and resiliency that organizations need for a holistic security stance, and really fall down in the respond phase of the incident response, where IT and security, often in tandem with legal, executive, and compliance, need to piece together the complete picture of the gestation, scope, and impact of the threat. Security tools provide information from the perimeter, such as network and endpoints, but they have no awareness of what's happening with the data, which is the critical missing piece in pulling together a full picture. This is where data security steps in to complement cybersecurity and fill critical gaps in incident response. Data security provides unique insights that can be obtained only from the data itself. Indicators of data compromise, such as deleted backups, suspicious access to backups, mass file deletions or encryptions, all complement early detection of threats. Data security also provides up-to-date information of what's changed at different points of time leading up to the breach. All of these insights, combined with the alerts from security tools, help the security analysts connect the dots for comprehensive analysis and remediation. Let's think about the workflow of an incident response timeline and understand where we might have existing gaps, and then we'll take a look at how the Druva solution provides not only industry-leading data resiliency capabilities, but actually complements your overall cybersecurity strategy. One of the main challenges facing IT teams is fragmented detection and limited data visibility. Security tools like EDR, firewalls, and SIM systems excel at monitoring the perimeter and detecting anomalies across the network, but they usually lack visibility into what is happening within the backup environments. IT teams struggle to determine which files were accessed, altered, or deleted, which can slow down the initial response. Druva addresses this challenge with continuous monitoring of both backup activity and data anomalies directly within the backup environment. Using AI-driven anomaly detection to identify unusual patterns, such as mass deletions or unexpected encryptions, can help organizations catch potential threats early and take preemptive action. Druva's Security Command Center provides a centralized view into data risks and backup health, integrating seamlessly with existing SIM and XDR tools. And don't worry, you aren't alone in all of this. With our managed data detection and response, our 24/7 cloud security ops team may just reach out to you when we see something odd. Another significant challenge arises once a breach is detected, understanding its scope and analyzing the incident quickly. IT and security teams need to rapidly assess which data has been compromised, track how the attack spread, and determine what remains untouched. However, traditional methods often involve time-consuming manual processes. IT teams must gather logs, cross-reference data changes, and manually piece together a timeline. This slows down containment, prolongs downtime, and increases the risk that an attacker could continue to infiltrate the system. Druva's solution focuses on automating incident analysis and response, dramatically reducing the time it takes to understand the scope of an attack. With detailed data change logs that track modification across all backups, Druva enables IT teams to pinpoint the exact moment of compromise. This means security teams can correlate events quickly, identifying which files have been changed or encrypted, and isolating those from the recovery process. Additionally, Druva's automated quarantine and rollback capabilities allow IT teams to isolate suspicious snapshots immediately, without the need for manual intervention. By integrating threat hunting capabilities that can search for indicators of compromise directly within backup data, Druva ensures that no hidden threats remain, giving organizations the insights they need for faster containment. Recovering from an attack presents yet another challenge, ensuring that the restored data is clean and free from malware. Many organizations have learned the hard way that traditional disaster recovery methods, designed for physical failures, are not built for the intricacies of cyber recovery. Without a way to verify that backups are safe, there's a significant risk of reinfection when restoring data. For example, if backups have been compromised by ransomware over time, IT teams can inadvertently reintroduce the malware during recovery, prolonging the incident and increasing downtime. Druva's approach prioritizes ensuring a clean, certified recovery. The platform supports sandbox recovery, allowing IT teams to test recovery points in a safe, isolated cloud environment before fully restoring them to production. This ensures that any data being reintroduced is free from infection. Druva's curated recovery feature further simplifies this process by automatically identifying the last known good version of each file, assembling a clean recovery point, and minimizing data loss even when an attack has been ongoing for days or weeks. The built-in recovery scans provide an additional layer of protection, using malware detection tools to validate the integrity of data before it's restored. This combination of sandbox testing and automated recovery curation ensures that organizations can return to operations without risking further compromise. To fully understand an attack, perform root cause analysis, and strengthen defenses for the future, IT teams need a clear picture of what happened, including how data was accessed and what sensitive information may have been exposed. Yet many backup environments lack integrated tools for such deep analysis, forcing teams to rely on incomplete audit trails and limited data logs. This makes it difficult to build a timeline of the incident, track the flow of sensitive data, or assess compliance impacts. Druva fills this gap by offering a comprehensive suite of forensic tools that enable in-depth post-incident analysis. Druva's contextual and historical data capabilities provide access to a complete audit trail of activities, allowing security teams to see exactly when data was accessed, modified, or deleted. The platform's sensitive data governance feature identifies and tracks critical information, such as PII or PHI, ensuring that teams can assess the scope of any exposure. This not only aids in root cause analysis, but also supports compliance requirements, allowing organizations to quickly generate reports that demonstrate the steps taken to remediate the incident and secure the environment. Overall, Druva's integrated solution is built to address the critical challenges that organizations face when managing cyber incidents. It bridges the gaps left by traditional security and backup tools, combining continuous monitoring, automated incident analysis, clean recovery processes, and comprehensive forensic capabilities into a single SaaS-based platform. Moreover, Druva's SaaS-native approach ensures that customers are always operating on the most secure version of the platform, without the need for manual updates or complex infrastructure management. This not only reduces the burden on IT teams, but also ensures that the solution evolves continuously to address emerging threats and adapt to new attack methods. Let's see how it all works. The Druva Cloud Console is a global, unified management pane that consolidates all of your data protection needs into a single web-based interface. The platform is secure by design, with 24/7, 365 managed security operations, automatic patching and upgrades, and even third-party validation and vulnerability scans. You are always on the latest, most secure version of the platform. With Drew, our generative AI backup copilot, quickly gain answers to common questions, help with features or troubleshooting, or connect directly with our support staff within the console. Druva ensures your backup ecosystem and data are operationally and logically separated from your production environment, with a zero-trust architecture, role-based access, encryption in flight and at rest, and complete security monitoring. And with integration into popular SIEM and SOAR solutions, these become another part of your continuous threat monitoring. Within the Security Command Center, you have visibility into the security posture of your backup platform. Full auditing and monitoring of logins, actions, and even API calls are provided. If you notice suspicious activities from unexpected locations, you can quickly address the issue and potentially prevent any damage to your backup data. And while your backups are stored in an immutable, air-gapped, and non-executable space, if your credentials are ever compromised, threat actors could potentially start deleting objects, policies, and even backup sets. That's where rollback actions and delayed deletion protocols come in. Druva's rollback actions provide a secure, read-only area with a retention window that stores deleted data, preventing accidental or malicious deletions. Combined with our cloud operations, detection, and response capabilities, we may actually reach out to you and ask, did you really want to delete all those backups? How can we help? Ransomware attacks are becoming more sophisticated, and we are seeing longer dwell times of malware and bad actors in environments. Every backup has a summary of files that have been changed, but you also gain insight into your backups, looking for mass deletions or file encryptions. Using global telemetry and machine learning, anything anomalous to your normal backup routine will be reported. And when it comes to recovery, Druva offers the orchestration tools you need to avoid reinfection and recover clean, comprehensive datasets automatically. Cyber recovery is very different from disaster recovery. Not only do you need a clean place to recover to, but the last thing you want to do is have to go through multiple backups looking for all of the correct versions of files for all of the impacted systems. This can lead to prolonged recovery, missing data, or even accidentally recovering malicious content back into place. To minimize recovery time and risk, Druva provides curated snapshots. These curated snapshots are a collated version of all of the last known good versions of the files across a time span, put into a single restore object, allowing you to quickly recover knowing that you won't be missing data. To prevent accidental reinfection, Druva provides the ability to do a malicious file scan before restoring. This puts the backup through current AV and indicators of compromise scans before it ever comes back. But what about virtual machines? VMs are a little different because they encompass the operating system and the data. You want to bring them online, but in an isolated environment, so you can verify that they are working as intended and without infection. Here, we can restore full virtual machines into an isolated sandbox environment, so that once the VM is scanned and given a clean bill of health, it can be put right back into service. By orchestrating the recovery into the sandbox, removing the network connections, and fully scanning the VM, we can accelerate the clean recovery of even virtual machines. And finally, once everything is recovered and up and running, you still want to verify that there are no lingering issues in the rest of your backups that could potentially cause harm at a later time if they're restored. This is where threat hunting comes into play. Search all of your backups for known indicators of compromise and use defensible deletion to remove them. Lower your TCO with built-in auto-tiering of data, global deduplication and compression, and cloud pricing models. Avoid the hidden cost of maintenance, security, and administration with a fully managed SaaS approach. So that was just a brief demonstration of the Druva solution in action, but why don't you try it for yourself at druva.com/free trial. We also have an amazing data security and AI virtual summit that you can register for to see on demand, with great keynotes, additional security lessons, and even how AI is driving threat detection and remediation. So with that, I want to thank you for watching, and we're going to leave you with a quick commercial about Druva Investigate, our generative AI that helps you through all the incident responses that we talked about earlier.
AI for data security has arrived. Druva Investigate brings powerful AI insights to help understand and remediate suspicious deviations in your data. Here we see multiple alerts being generated across all of our workloads. Let's delve further into these notifications. Using Druva Investigate, we can start reviewing unusual data activity from the last 30 days. Sifting through 11,000 results can delay our response, so we'll look for mass encryptions, a potential sign of ransomware. Filter by encryption alerts. Here we see multiple sources impacted, so we need to assess the blast radius. List each server and how many impacted snapshots they have. Once we understand the scope, the attack timeline can be determined. Show impacted snapshots for the server. It appears that the issue started September 4th, and the encryptions kept increasing. With this information, we can use Druva's advanced curated recovery to restore the last good version of each file. Experience the future of data security and streamline your incident response with Druva Investigate.